So this is where you cut it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so do you have your driver's license? Okay, because the thing is, you just can't cut it, okay?
We're gonna take this off again. This is like the temporary fix, and we're gonna drive it out. And then we fix it like properly.
So what I need you to do is I need you to bring that truck back out, reface this as good as you can, and then I'm gonna have the state highway department come fix it on Monday.
And otherwise I have to ride 20 miles across the highway, which is pretty dangerous on a horse.
Yeah, that's something you're gonna have to do, man. Don't cut no more fences.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. So the sheriff wasn't too happy that we cut the fence, so what we need to do now is get the truck out of here and repair the fence. And also I cannot ride my horses through here because there are many more fences to come, so I'm kind of boxed in. So tomorrow we need to ride 20 miles along the highway, which on horses is pretty scary. I'm riding my horses from Mexico to Canada. That's a 3,000-mile journey through the American West. We're going to explore the country the way it was meant to be explored. This week a lot is happening. We're getting in trouble with the law. We're facing traffic, we're facing mountains and heat exhaustion. So welcome to episode 2. Good morning, it's the start of week 2 and today we need to go a long way along the highway because yesterday the sheriff got kind of angry that we cut some fences, and for some reason this part of the Continental Divide Trail is completely fenced off. But after going 16.5 miles on the highway, we're getting into the Gila National Forest, and it's a little more mountainous terrain. So I'm very curious what the day is going to bring. But going along the highway with horses is definitely a little bit risky and scary. These horses are used to eating grass, but we're in New Mexico right now and it is more common to feed your horses alfalfa here. And alfalfa is some type of clover. But the thing is, if you just suddenly switch the diet of your horse, they can get problems with their digestive system, which is called colic, and they can actually die from that. So it's important to gradually make that change. So what we're doing now, we're mixing half grass, half alfalfa, and then give them that, and then slowly build up the amount of alfalfa that we're giving them. We better hurry today because I left 11:15 and we need to ride 20 miles today and I don't want to get stuck in the dark. Riding along the highway definitely is not great. I think the biggest risk is the pack horse spooking and then running out on the road. The horse that I'm riding I can control relatively well, but if the pack horse decides that it wants to go, it just rips the rope out of your hand and there's nothing you can do. The whole day we could stay pretty far away from the highway, but now all of that is blocked by trees and bushes, so we need to get really close. This is really a less than ideal situation. One more mile and then we can finally get on the trail again. Alright, we're finally off the road and on the Continental Divide Trail again. Now it's only 4 more miles to camp and well, then we can relax a bit. We now arrived in the Gila National Forest, so I believe we're out of the desert for a while. And I am a little happy about that because the desert was really cool and I really enjoyed crossing it, but having some shade from the trees is also pretty nice because the sun beaming down on you all day, it really takes it out of you. This is the first time on this journey that I'm riding Jessie because Zeke is a little stronger and fitter than she is. So what I did, I just kept her empty or put an empty pack saddle on her for the first week. But I figured that he would also deserve a break after a while. So this is the first time that I'm riding Jessie and she's holding up really well. She's a good horse. She's going through the mountains really quickly and I like her. It is now almost completely dark. That's what you get when you leave a 11:15 in the morning, like a real lazy boy. But fortunately, it's less than a mile to camp, so it's not too bad. Well, we finally made it to camp in the dark. They did good today. We did 21.5 miles and I hiked like half of the way again with my blistered feet, so I'm absolutely exhausted. They seem to be doing better than I am, but I'm ready to go to bed and I see you guys tomorrow. I was just putting the pack saddle on Zeke, and when I was putting his breast collar on, I noticed that he was acting a little bit strange. So I went to check it out and I saw that right here, the breast collar of the pack saddle rubbed his hair away and made the sensitive spot. That's really annoying because now I cannot put a breast collar on him, not from my normal saddle and not from my pack saddle, until this is healed up. So what we're gonna do, I'm going to ride Jesse, put the pack saddle in the back of the truck and put some ointment on this, and hopefully it will heal soon and he can go back to normal. This is really not my morning. I just wanted to get on my horse and I realized I forgot to put on my bridle when I walked away this morning. So now I have to walk back for 15 minutes and then 15 minutes back again. So this just cost me half an hour. Taking good care of the horses really isn't an easy task. The big challenge is that the horse can't talk, so you need to be constantly vigilant about everything that can go wrong. And there are so many things that can go wrong with the horse, because they can get a saddle sore, they can go lame, and if you're not careful about what you're feeding them, they can colic and die. I must have checked the pack saddle around 6 times yesterday and still I missed the fact that it was rubbing his chest. Especially for someone like me who has limited experience, the well-being of the horses requires extra attention. In such a short time frame, the whole landscape changed. We went from going through a flat desert to getting to this forest in the mountains in like a day. And the horses are doing really well in the mountains. I'm always so impressed about how quickly they can just march up a mountain with you on their back and not have any trouble with it. Today I left really late again, also because I needed to get my bridle. So we kind of need to get a move on because it's 8 more miles and about 2.5 hours before it gets dark. This horse is so great. She constantly wants to trot, and normally I think that's pretty annoying because I want them to save their energy. But since we're a little short on time right now, I really don't mind. And the fact that she wants to do that after a long day of travel, I find it really impressive. The Gila National Forest is such a beautiful place. My camera skills can't quite do justice to how beautiful it is here, especially with that sun going down. I feel so blessed that I'm able to see this. Jessie had a stone under her hoof, and the way you can see that is when they kind of start bobbing their head to get the weight off that leg. So I took it out, but now she keeps bobbing her head whenever she steps on that leg. So I hope it goes away in a little bit and that she didn't hurt herself. Yeah, she keeps bobbing her head, so she probably has a stone bruise, which is pretty annoying. So tomorrow we definitely will take the day off. I was already planning on doing that, and then I hope it heals quickly.
Inderdaad great rice.
So yesterday we took a rest day, but Jessie's still bobbing her head a little bit when she steps on that leg. I called with Jessie's owners and with Shane, who's part of the family that is mentoring me for this journey, and they said it would probably be okay for me to get out on the road as long as I keep a close eye to it, and if it really gets worse then I'll have to stop. So we've been on the road now for a little while, and Jessie is still bobbing her head a little bit, but it's getting better instead of worse. So she's walking it out a little bit. So I'm very happy about that, because now we're not losing any time. We were actually supposed to ride through the forest for another day, but that stretch of trail didn't have any roads crossing it for about 20 miles. And with Jessie's foot being as it is, I thought it would be a good idea to take a route that my father could access with his truck if I need to stop or something. Only I just arrived at a part of my route, and there's a big gate on it that says no trespassing, and that part of the route is owned by a mining company. So now I need to go around and get on the road again and stay there for the rest of the day. Jessie's leg is doing very well, and I'm really relieved about that, because especially before I called her owners, I was scared that this might take days to heal up. And when you're trying to get to Canada before winter, losing a couple of days is very annoying. But like I said, things are going really well, and when she's walking I almost notice nothing anymore. My dad is resupplying me with the pickup for 6 weeks in the desert, and right now he's picking up his best friend who's coming to visit for a week. The good thing is they went to Subway, and of course I placed a little order myself, so we'll have a nice dinner tonight. Oh, life is gonna be so much harder when my dad goes away, because then I have to rely on the food that's in my resupply boxes. 10 more miles and then we're in Silver City. It's the next town on our journey. We'll probably arrive there somewhere tomorrow, if we don't have any major accidents, that is. This is going to be our camp for tonight, right next to the highway. Perfect. Now I only need to wait till my Subway sandwich and the rest of my stuff arrive. Okay, the pickup is here, and so is my Subway sandwich. I haven't eaten lunch today, so this is going to taste really, really good. Hello, sir.
How's it going, folks? We got called for a truck on its side out here.
Oh, no, we're not on our side, at least.
Yeah, they told us that there was a truck that had flipped here. I don't understand. I'm not sure. But I drove by. There's no truck on its side. I think what they saw is maybe the horses or something. I'm not sure. Obviously, you guys don't have a vehicle flipped on its side over here, so everything's okay though. You guys all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
Alrighty, folks.
Hey, have a good evening.
Thank you guys.
Goodbye.
Today it's finally time to change out my t-shirt, because as you can imagine, after crossing a desert for more than a week in the same shirt, I don't smell too good. Sleeping next to the highway was surprisingly comfortable. I had a really good night rest, and I think we're already getting used to sleeping in these weird situations. Today we're riding through Silver City, and that's always a challenge going through town with the horses, so I'm curious to see what the day is going to bring. Jesse is from Texas, but Zeke is from cold Colorado, so he still has very thick fur and is just now starting to shed his hair. But under the hot sun, that makes him really sweat his ass off, and you don't want them to lose too many electrolytes. So what we did, we brought some salt, and at the end of the day we can put a handful of salt in his water so he maintains his levels.
Well, once you get up there in the Gila, you're gonna be alone. You're gonna be alone. No city light, no nothing.
We reached the town of Silver City. Let's see what things are like here. Fortunately, we're not going straight through the city center, but we're staying on the edge of town a little bit, and that makes it easier for us with the horses.
Hello. Yeah, it's going well. And with you?
Going through Silver City went really well. We really stayed on the edge of town, so that made things a lot easier. And also I can notice that the horses are getting more used to busy areas. Going through towns is always so much fun in terms of people, because everyone is waving at you, people are stopping, wishing you good luck. So yeah, there are good sides and bad sides to going through town, but this was pretty positive. We made it along the highway, we made it through the town, and now we're back in the national forest again. I just met Daniel, who lives around here, and he told me that from this point onward through the Gila National Forest we'll see very, very little civilization. His literal words were, "You will be alone." So from this point onward we're going into the wild, and I'm excited. And just like that, we're between the mountains again. Unbelievable, these views. Today, I did 20 miles. I came here completely exhausted, but then I came here and the tent was already set up. There was a nice cold Coke ready for me and a Subway sandwich. This is the best camp I've had so far. Getting home to camp and everything being ready is such a great feeling. We did 20 miles today, so it was a pretty good day. I walked around half of it, so my feet are really suffering and I'm very tired, but everything went really well today, and now I'm ready to go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Morning.
Sleep well?
Ja, sleep wel. Better than expected.
Okay. We just woke up and now I'm drinking my coffee. Waking up in the middle of a forest is definitely a lot better than waking up at the side of the highway. This night we were woken up by the howling of coyotes, and I think they were only like 200-300 yards away, so that was really cool. Tomorrow's a rest day. I'm really looking forward to it, but today we have 20 more miles to do, so let's go.
Yeah.
I can notice that Jesse is getting a little bit tired. You know, when that lead rope is constantly tied, especially at the end of the day, you can just notice that they are getting a little worn out. But that's not entirely unexpected, because she is the temporary substitute for my other Mustang, Juniper, who got hurt right before the start of this adventure. So she isn't as trained as Zeke here. So it's not entirely unexpected that she is getting tired a little bit at the end of the second week. She will be fine, she just needs some rest, so today we'll take it slow and then tomorrow we take a rest day. I thought, I'm going through a forest, I'll be okay in my t-shirt without any sunscreen, but I'm getting burned alive. How can there be so little shade in the damn forest? Today it's 30 degrees Celsius and that's this much Fahrenheit. And I'm getting so sunburned that even if the sun is shining on my arm just a little bit, it hurts already. but still this forest is quite a magical place to roam through. My upper arms are so sunburned, and the whole day on the side of that mountain there was no escape from the sun. Oh, luckily we're now a little bit deeper into the forest again, so I have some shade, but this is going to hurt a lot tomorrow. Up. Come on. This part of the trail is pretty poorly maintained, so there are a lot of logs and trees laying on the trail. And for instance, a tree like this, you can't take your horses under, so then you have to take them around up the mountain, up the hill, and it always makes for an interesting adventure. Holy Jesus, that's a big fat snake. Yeah, that's cool to see. Oh, a lot of this terrain is so rocky and hard to traverse, and I didn't put the breast collar on Zeke because he still has that sore spot. But the thing is, when you don't have a breast collar, you can't do any climbing while sitting in the saddle. And we had so much elevation gain today, so I walked so many miles again. I'm so tired. It's 5 more miles. We're gonna arrive in camp well after dark. So you're climbing mountains all day, getting burned by the sun, feeling pretty horrible. What do you get in return? Just only the most beautiful view you've ever seen. This trip is something else. But very soon it will be very dark and we'll see a whole lot of nothing. Luckily, I brought my headlamp. I ended up wandering through the dark for hours because we couldn't get the car at the meetup location. So when I finally arrived there, I still had to go back 3 or 4 more miles. The reason that I stopped filming was because I had a pretty bad case of heat exhaustion. So when I finally got to the car, I literally collapsed, and I'm a little ashamed to admit this, but I started crying and I didn't say much anymore until the next morning, and then I was fine again. But that marks the end of this week's episode. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week in a new adventure.